back, everyone. Chris and Jeremiah DeGrief here for Poker Savvy Plus. You want to say what's up?
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the next installment of the DONKAMENT training series, where Jeremiah, the tournament pro, helps me, the tournament donkey, get better at multi-table tournaments. In the last couple episodes, we've been reviewing Dantes' deep run in the Sunday Million, and we're going to pick up where we left off in the last episode. Setting the stage for you guys, we're at the 300-600 level with antes. We've got about 22,000 in chips, 21,500. And a fairly clean image from what I recall. Shown down a few winners, been playing pretty straightforward, and I think something worth noting, and that I've just noticed through your plays, you've been playing incredibly solid, which is, I think there's a lot to be said for just playing solid poker and becoming a winning player. I think a lot of the areas that players, both in cash games and tournaments, I would imagine, struggle with is, focusing too much on advanced plays or fancy play syndrome and not just keeping things basic. And I'm sure you would agree in a big field tournament like this, sticking to your solid fundamentals, practicing hand reading, board texture reading, and stuff like that's going to go a long way to doing well in these types of fields, I would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we mentioned briefly in the last video, there's a couple spots where I made some tight, open folds and some spots where I declined to 3-bet hands that are pretty strong and such. And there's definitely something to be said for not getting into tough spots. So playing solid, playing the good hand selection and good fundamentally sound poker is going to keep you out of really hard spots that it's easy to make mistakes in.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So last time we ended the hand about 3 hands ago. I skipped ahead for 3 hands just because we had nothing unfolded, and we're going to pick up the action right here. I believe this table looks... There's a few new players, looks like, who are somewhere short stacked. No real reads, though, that I can recall on any of these players. I believe in the last episode, AT1 got it in pretty light with top pair, although I think he was fairly short stacked, and he stuck out against someone, I think, with a king 6 against aces, something like that. But other than that, nothing of huge to note here.
Right, but the king 6 hand was pretty reasonable. He had top pair against a really loose, aggressive player on his left. We mentioned earlier stealing out of the small blind when there are antes. Obviously, this is a very bottom percentage hand. One nice thing about pre-ante, giving this guy, I gave him at least one walk before the antes that builds a history so that he knows that I'm not raising 100%, which when I raise 9 deuce off, that's basically raising 100%.
Right. Cool.
But that said, there's how much in the pot to start? 900, 11 and a quarter in the pot to start. Mm-hmm. If I raise to 1,500, or I don't know how much I raised to there, I'm risking basically 1,200 to win 1,100. So he only has to fold a little over half the time in order for it to be a profitable open.